What's up, guys? I'm the quickest math tutor, and today I'm going to be showing you how to solve indefinite integrals using partial fractions. So partial fractions will allow you to break down a complex rational expression into simpler fractions. So let's get started. So as you can see, I have a complex fraction, and it's going to be really hard to integrate. So that's why I'm going to be using the method of partial fractions to break this equation or expression down into smaller fractions so it will be easier for me to integrate. So first things first, you need to make sure that the top is a linear constant. Like as you can see, I have 1. That's a linear constant, and this bottom has to be factorable. So I'm just going to write factorable. So first things first, I'm just going to cut this up into A and B. Okay, so that will be my numerator. Next, I'm going to factor x squared minus 3x minus 4, and that will give me x minus 4 and x plus 1. So now I'm just going to assign this as A and this for B. So I'm going to write x minus 4 under A and x plus 1 under B. Now we will be solving for A and B. So we're going to multiply through the original denominator like this. 1 is going to be equal to A times x plus 1 plus b x minus 4. Now, as you can see, I assigned the opposite factors here. And I just switched x plus 1 to be multiplied with a, and I switched x minus 4 to be multiplied with b. That's why you need to be careful while doing partial fractions and write things out like this so that you can be careful on what factors you assign to which letter. Next, I'm going to solve for a and b. Now, how am I going to do that? Well, we need to solve for the zeros of this equation. So x minus 4 is going to equal 0. Let me just erase that. And 4 is going to equal x. So I'm going to be plugging in 4 into x to solve for a. Now over here, x plus 1 is equal to 0, and x will equal negative 1. So we're just solving for the zeros of this equation, and then we're going to take this 0 and we're going to plug it into this equation to solve for b. Now we're going to split this equation up and make it easier to solve. So 1, I'm going to bring this 1 down here. 1 equals a, and I'm going to plug in this number, 4 plus 1. And I'm going to just put this on the side. 1 equals b x minus 4. And we can solve them separately. So we're going to solve for a. 4 plus 1 is 5, and we're going to be dividing 5 on this side. So a is going to equal 1 over 5. And over here, x, we're going to be plugging in 4. Oh, no, negative 1. So negative 1 minus 4 is negative 5, and we're dividing that on both sides. So b is going to equal negative 1/5. And now that we solved for a and b, it will help us integrate everything much, much easier. Okay, now that we solved for a and b, I'm just going to take my blue pen and I'm just going to put this arrow here, and I'm going to rewrite the equation. And I'm going to write it much smaller so it's easier to read. So dx is going to be over x squared minus 3x minus 4. And the reason why I put dx in this equation was because 1 is just 1, and we can just put dx on the top using algebra. And this is going to equal to, now we're going to plug in, we're going to plug in these numbers onto a and b, okay? So 1/5 over x minus 4, don't forget that we assigned x minus 4 to be under a, dx plus negative 1/5, the integral of negative 1/5 over x plus 1 dx. Okay, and next we're just going to put the 1/5 on the outside. So that's going to get us to 1/5 integrate dx, or we could just put 1. Why not? 1 over x minus 4 dx. Negative 1/5 integrate 1 over x plus 1 dx. Okay, well, now that we separated the 1/5 on the outside, it's going to make us much easier to solve. So as you can see, we have 1 over this thing and 1 over this thing. And basically what that means, we can use a rule, which is the rule of ln. basically, for these problems, we're going to be using u substitution, and we're going to put this denominator as x minus 4. So u is going to equal x minus 4. And we have separated these integrals, so we can do that separately. So u sub u equals x plus 1. And basically, we're just going to use the ln rule to solve this problem. So using the ln rule, you're going to do 1/5. And I'm just going to use this shortcut because you don't really need to u sub every single time you do these problems, because it always usually ends up at ln. So it's going to look something like ln absolute value x minus 4. This is where we put our u in, minus 1/5. I bring this 1/5 down here. ln x plus 1 plus c. And basically, this is our answer. Thanks for watching.